So keep me in your sight, 'cause I can do this all night.
It's Nicole from Nicole Loves Nails. Welcome to my channel. If you are new around here, hi. I am Nicole. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for clicking on this video. Do consider hitting that subscribe button if you enjoy nail polish related content. I upload new videos every single week featuring both indie, mainstream, as well as boutique nail polish brands. If you are in fact a returning subscriber, welcome back. How are you doing? I hope everyone's having a fantastic week. So today's video is for the newest collection from Bee's Knees Lacquer. So for August, we have the These Hollow Vows collection. It is a 10-piece collection featuring mostly shimmers and 2 light reflective glitter polishes. And this month we do not have any mystery polishes, which I'm a little relieved over, to be perfectly honest. So this collection launches August 26th on the Bee's Knees Lacquer website, which I of course will have linked down below. It will also be available on all of their stockist pages, which are also linked down below. Also this month I do have 2 polishes that will be exclusive to the Girly Bits website. If you don't know Girly Bits, and I know that sounds a little weird, Girly Bits is a Canadian-based stockist as well as indie brand, so I have 2 polishes to share that are exclusive to that website. So I want to make this one short and sweet, so I'll talk more about all this information at the end of the video. And as always, down in the description box, I will have links to where you can purchase these polishes, more sale information, the brand social media pages, my social media pages, as well as timestamps and a link to my blog post where I host all of my swatch photos. Let's just get into this video. First up, we have a Hopeless Heart. The brand describes this one as a bright pink based pastel multi-chrome polish with a very strong pink to gold to green color shift. The brand also warns, due to the type of shimmer, you might see speckles of pigment in this polish. It is priced at $13. A Hopeless Heart had a fantastic formula. I love pastel multi-chromes, and the fact that this one is in like a pink base with like a super strong shimmer, I love this one. It is very sheer, so you will definitely want to build this one up to get the most opacity. If you have an issue with visible nail line, you're not going to love this one, or you're going to want to pair it with like a visible nail line blurring base or even a ridge filling base coat. For everyone else, you will love this polish. Like, it's really beautiful. I think it looks fantastic in 3 coats. I also think this one will play really nicely as a topper if that's what you want to do. I swatched this one in 3 coats plus glossy top coat. I had no issues with this one. I will say though, removal is going to be a little bit messy with this polish. Next up, we have the Fire Girl. This one is a red sibling to a lion with a thorn in its paw. It's described as being a fiery red with a glowy orange to green shimmer loaded with holographic flakes. It is priced at $13.50. This polish had a fantastic formula. This is the color that like I had hopes and dreams for when I found out Bee's Knees was going to be doing more sibling polishes to a line with a thorn in its paw. The shimmer in this base is absolutely stunning. Like, this is, it's just plain gorgeousness. The holographic flakes all spread it very evenly and easily without giving off any texture. These are going to be super gorgeous in natural sunlight. Like, I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, but like, this is just a really stunning polish. I do think it's going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your nail length and personal preference. For me personally, for my full hand swatches, I did use 3 coats. For personal wear, I would actually just go in for 2. I had like a teeny tiny bit of visible nail line in 2 coats that I thought would show up in photos, so I added that 3rd coat, but I don't think it was like 100% necessary. I had no issues with this one, no problems with staining on removal either. Removal will not be overly difficult. The flakes will likely be a little bit messy though. Next up, we have Every Star in the Sky Shines for You. The brand describes this one as a cross between a goldenrod and a mustard yellow with a green to blue sibling unicorn pea shimmer, as well as silver light reflective glitter. This one is priced at $16 and it has a cap of 400 bottles. This polish had a pretty good formula. It was on the thicker side. I did not have any issues with it when I was doing my full hand swatches. However, when I was doing my live swatch, it was like thick. I'm honestly wondering if I didn't like close my bottle back properly after I did my swatch photos, because like I was sitting there wondering if I should add a bit of thinner to it, because it just was a bit more difficult to apply for the live swatch. I ended up only doing 2 coats for the live swatch. For my full hand swatches, I did use 3 coats. I do think this one's going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on personal preference, and you will still have visible nail line in 3 coats. I found that the base color on this one, it is kind of hard to pin down. I feel like I'm leaning towards mustard yellow. depending on lighting. Like I feel like in some lighting, when the unicorn pea shimmer is really glowing, it has an almost greenish tone to it, but I did find like in natural light, it did seem a bit like a mustard yellow. The reflective glitters do give this one a bit of texture. I opted to pair it with a glitter smoothing top coat before my quick dry top coat, and that got it perfectly smooth. Removal will be extremely difficult. Do not scrub this one off. Next up, we have Magic is Life. This is another large particle pastel multichrome. The brand describes this one as a jade green base with a very strong pink to gold to green color shift. Because of the type of shimmer used for this polish, there is a potential of seeing some specks of pigment. It is priced at $13. This polish had a fantastic formula. It was basically the same as a Hopeless Heart, just with a different colored base, and I loved it. The shimmer in here, I really love the shimmer, and it makes me very excited that there are multiple polishes in this collection with the same shimmer, because I think it's really stunning. So like the past Pastel Multichrome, this one is on the more sheer side. I would say 3 coats will get you pretty nice coverage, but you will still have visible nail line with it. But like the sheerness of the base really lets that shimmer shine. I was able to get this one in all kinds of lighting, so we're going to have a lot of fun seeing how this looks, because this is one of those polishes that look drastically different depending on lighting. And I did all the lighting for this one because it was a nice day out. So here is the polish in natural light, direct from the sun, beaming down on me hard. And we're going to move over to my porch in the shade and like look at that shimmer. I can always tell how much I was enjoying a polish based on how much footage I have for it, and like I've got a lot of footage for this one. So I did swatch this one in 3 coats. Removal will be a little bit messy, but not difficult by any means, and no problems with staining. Next up, we have Nothing in Fairy is Coincidence. The brand describes this one as a large particle pastel multichrome polish with a sky blue base and that same very strong pink to gold to green color shift. It is priced at $13, and like the last one, there might be some speckles of pigment in the polish. So this polish had the exact same formula as the previous polish, just again, we have a different base color. Initially, I was a little like, why are both of these polishes in the same collection? They're very similar. But side by side, they are not similar at all. I've got a side by side on the comparison screen right now. As I mentioned with the other polishes, because of the pigment used for this polish, that you might see some little specks of pigment on your nails with it, and all the ones that have the same type of shimmer. Initially, when I was doing my swatch photos, I did not notice that, but when I went back to edit my photos, I did notice little dots on my nail. I initially thought that those little dots that I was seeing were like leftover flakies from a polish that I swatched earlier, but now I'm thinking that maybe that those were pigment dots. I will also mention that my eyes were not picking up those dots in person. It was one of those things that my camera picked up, but I was not seeing it in person. Next up, we have Pretend You Like Me. The brand describes this one as a soft and sheer green with a glowy blue to purple shifting shimmer. It is priced at $13. Pretend You Like Me had a good formula. It is very sheer, so you want to build this one up to get the most opacity. I will say I think this one's probably my least favorite from the collection. I just wasn't really loving the base color paired with the shimmer, to be honest. Like, it's not a bad polish, it's just like not my personal preference. I will say though that the shimmer is really beautiful. I was not seeing any brush strokes through the shimmer. I do think this one might be a solid 3-coater just to get a really nice even base. I found in 2 coats the base was just like a little bit uneven, but that also might be down to like application as well. The shimmer is really strong, very glowy. I was not seeing any brush strokes through it. I will say though that the color shift between the blue and the purple is a bit more on the subtle side. I kind of feel like the shimmer color looks more like an indigo on the nail versus like a strong blue to purple color shift. Removal for this one will not be overly difficult. And next up we have There's My Grumpy Shadow Prince. The brand describes this one as a deep dark violet with a green to blue sibling unicorn pea shimmer with black light reflective glitter. The brand also warns that this polish might stain, and it is priced at $16 and has a cap of 600 bottles. This polish had a nice formula as well. It was on the thicker side. Like the last light reflective glitter polish, I did not have any issues with this one applying it when I was doing my full hand swatch. However, when I was recording the live swatch, it was significantly thicker. Again, I don't know if it's because I didn't close my bottle properly. I don't know if the neck of the bottle was just dirty. but like it was thick enough that I ended up adding a bit of nail polish thinner to it for my second coat. And also I do want to note, for my full hand swatch, I only did 2 coats, and indoors it looked perfectly fine. Of course, I accidentally deleted that footage, but I noticed when I got outside that it was very patchy. Like you can see here, it was very patchy, so I really should have gone in for a 3rd coat. Stormy. Hi. So yeah, indoors, it looked perfectly fine in 2 coats, but like outside in natural light, it looked a little janky, to be honest. So I do think this one is going to be a 3-coater just to get a nice even base color. The reflective glitters will give this one a bit of texture. Removal will be very messy, very difficult. Don't scrub it off. And I also did not experience any staining. The next polish I have to share is called There's a Cost. The brand describes this one as a soft and sheer violet base with a glowy red to green shifting shimmer. The brand does warn that this polish may fade in strong sunlight and that it might have small speckles of pigment. It is priced at $13. There's a Cost had a fantastic formula. It is very sheer, so you'll want to build this one up for the most opacity. I will say that in 3 coats, you will still have very obvious visible nail line, but I did find that 3rd coat did even out the base color, as it was just a little bit uneven in 2 coats. The shimmer in here is really, really beautiful. While this isn't my favorite shimmer from the release, I do really love the base color paired with the shimmer effect. Speaking of that shimmer, since it is a larger particle size, you will not have any issues with like brush strokes with this one. I was not really seeing a green color shift in the polish. I could see it in the bottle, but I wasn't really seeing it in the polish itself. It looked like a strong, like pinky golden kind of shimmer to me. So no problems with staining, no issues on removal, and I did not see any large particle bits in my polish. Next up, we have Crown of Starlight. The brand describes this one as a black to red multi-chrome base with a magnetic holographic shimmer. It's priced at $13.50. Crown of Starlight had a really great formula. I found the magnetic effect in here to be very strong, and it magnetized very easily for me. You are about to see me magnetizing this one using a bar magnet. For my swatch photos, I did use a ring magnet, and it worked perfectly with both. I will say the holographic pigment in here, it's very holographic when you're under like a very bright light. I found indoors, it mainly had like a silver grayish look to it, and it wasn't until I brought this one outside into natural light that I was able to really see the holographic, and it is very holographic. Unmagnetized, this polish will look like a grayish silverish kind of color, and then you'll see like a little hint of like a red shimmer. So I will say, to best see the multi-chrome color shifts, you will definitely want to magnetize this one, but unmagnetized, I do think this one looks really nice. So this polish was opaque on me in 2 coats. I did add a 3rd coat to magnetize the polish, and nothing in here is going to dry down textured or be difficult to remove. You will definitely want top coat just to give this one a nice glossy finish. And the final polish in this collection is called Make No Bargains or Ties with the Silver Eyes. The brand describes this one as a sibling to a lion with a thorn in its paw, and it is a grayed out lavender polish with a glowy orange to green shifting shimmer, loaded with holographic flakies. It is priced at $13.50, and the brand also warns because of the base color used, this polish may fade in strong sunlight. This polish had a fantastic formula. You all know I love all of these siblings to a lion with a thorn in its paw. I also really love grayed out polishes. On the nail, I will say this one largely looks like a very cool toned grayish kind of color. I wasn't really seeing, like, it didn't strike me as like, oh wow, that's lavender. It really just struck me more as just like a very cool toned gray. Like its siblings, all the flakies spread out very evenly and easily and do not give off any texture. They will not be difficult to remove at all. Removal will be on the more messy side, especially if you scrub this one off. And the shimmer looks fantastic in this base. I really enjoyed this polish. I do think this one's going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your nail length. Longer nails will likely want to go in for 3 coats just to get a nice even coverage. So the next 2 polishes are going to be exclusive to the Girly Bits website. These will also be a pre-order, but there are no caps on either of the polishes. This first polish is called My Heart Is in Your Hand. The brand described this one as a very pale gray, almost white polish with a glowy purple shimmer. It is priced at $13. My Heart Is in Your Hand had a great formula. I will say, I do think this one is likely going to be a solid 3-coater. Maybe with very careful application, you can get away with 2 coats, but I did find that coverage was a little bit uneven. This is going to be one of those polishes that if you float your brush and don't drag your brush, like I'm doing here, you will likely have much better and more even application. The shimmer is super duper glowy in this polish. It's very stunning. It isn't as like boom in your face as some of the polishes in the main collection. I'd say it's more of like a ghostly glowy type of shimmer, if that makes any sense. So in 3 coats, I did have obvious visible nail line with this polish, but like this is a very delicate looking polish on the nail. So like I'm not mad at the visible nail line. And the second polish is called Curses Are Made of Secrets and Sacrifice. The brand describes this one as a rich purple base with a glowy purple to blue shifting shimmer. It is priced at $13. Bee's Knees also warns that this polish may cause some staining. This polish had a fantastic formula. It was also surprisingly opaque. I thought it was going to be a lot more sheer than it actually ended up being. I do think this one is likely going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on how you feel about visible nail line. For the live swatch, I did 2 coats because I thought I did 2 coats for my full hand swatch, but I just read my notes and I in fact did 3 coats for my full hand swatch. So 2 to 3 coater depending on how you feel about visible nail line. I will say from my full hand swatch, I did not have any visible nail line, and it looks like in the live swatch, I did have just a little hint of visible nail line. The shimmer in here is absolutely gorgeous, and while the brand does warn that this polish may cause staining, I did not personally experience any staining with it, and I really expected that I was going to. Alright, and so that is everything. Personally, I really loved this collection. I'm sure you could tell from the voiceover that I was very happy with like the shifty shimmers in this release. As far as top picks from me go, I'm going to say a Hopeless Heart and the Fire Girl are probably like my top 2 favorite polishes from this release. But I also really liked Magic is Life and Nothing in Fairy is Coincidence. So like these 4 are like my top picks from the release, which again from the voiceover I'm sure you could tell that I just really like these. Like the shimmer in these 3 was just unreal and I loved it. And then of course I love A Line with a Thorn in Its Paw and I've been loving all the like sibling polishes to that one. So yeah. These are like my top picks from the release. If you are new to the brand, Bee's Knees Lacquer is a US based indie brand. Their polishes are in 15 ml bottles. They have a beautiful brush. Their polishes are 5-free, cruelty-free, and I do believe they are also vegan friendly. On top of having international shipping, Bee's Knees Lacquer also has several different international stockists for those of you outside of the US. So this collection launches Friday, August 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and this will be a pre-order. The pre-order will close on September 1st at 11:59 p.m. again Eastern Time. The Girly Bits polishes will also be pre-orders, but those are not capped. The polishes in this release that have Unicorn Pea Shimmer, those both have caps on them. Bee's Knees will have a listing up on the website if you want to purchase the entire collection minus the Unicorn Pea polishes. So an 8-piece pre-order collection will be up for $100. So that's quite the savings, actually. That's a really good savings. Wow. The polishes that were mystery polishes last month will be back this month to purchase without the mystery polish option. And those polishes will be available individually. So I would love to know what everyone else thought of this release. Are you planning on picking anything up? Thank you all so much for watching. Hope everyone has like happy shopping. Before you leave, don't forget to hit the like button on this video. It helps out my channel a ton. And if you have not yet already, definitely hit that subscribe button. I upload new videos every single week. We have a lot of fun around here and we even do some live streams on the weekends. Like, you know, come hang out. Alright, thanks for watching again. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!